chosen.
President, what did you mean by calm before the storm yesterday? What did you mean by that?
Thank you very much. You'll find out.
We'll find out.
We'll see.
Hello, truth seekers. Days ago, this man appeared. He can be found by searching Christopher Reeves in Twitter search. I'm talking about this guy right here. Let us first see what message he has for us today.
You deserve the whole truth. So here's the thing. Find out who I am. And for those of you who know, you're not saying anything, well, those golden tickets you have are really lined with lead. Because until the whole truth comes out, it's all just lies on both sides. So anyway, TikTok, have some fun with this. Find out who that man is with the silly curl on his forehead. I had forgotten I even had that curl for decades. Strangest thing, having your memories wiped out. Well, anyway, take care, TikTok. Godspeed.
Okay, so for the assertions and the assumptions by this video, it is assumed that this is probably the first video this person has put of himself in the public domain. This individual asserts that he's had his memories wiped. He also asserts that there's a curl of hair that's been present for decades. In addition, he asserts that those who knows his identity, who are not speaking out, their golden tickets are lined with lead. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the face of Christopher Reeve on the left and this anonymous individual on the right. Deadpan eyes of this individual, eyes not deadpan. With skin shade differences, you have to take those differences with a grain of salt, as lighting can significantly affect an appearance skin shade. Teeth are somewhat similar, however it appears this individual's incisors are a bit sharper. Smiles can be quite unique due to different muscular activations. And you see these smiles appear to be a little different. I get the impression that this individual's eyes are a bit more deep set, as the eye isn't deeper to the bridge of the nose as compared to this individual. However, there is a difference due to an apparent age gap as well as lighting, which can partially account for the apparent deep set nature of this person's eyes. They do both have somewhat small smiles, which is similar. The corner of the mouth is not projected out very far in each of these cases. Here's the Wikipedia profile photo for Christopher Reeve. Christopher Reeve is born September 25th, 1952. If he were alive today, he would be 68 years old. A man with a face like this could possibly be mid-60s. I would say that he is rather young looking for 68, but I do not think that could be ruled out by age. In this tweet by Jack Will Wakio, we have a comparison of this anonymous individual with a very young JFK Jr. One interesting thing I noticed right away is this photo of JFK Jr. demonstrates that he has curly hair. That surprised me. One difference that pops out at me is this individual's nose appears to be a little, I would say, bulbous at the very end, and there's like a curling that's not present in this nose. Jaw lines are similar between the two individuals. You have a zygomatic crease that's very similar between the two individuals. The eyes of each of these individuals has what I'll describe as a slanted, lazy look. Now let's look at a few other photos of JFK Jr. throughout life, just to get you accustomed to his profile, and then we'll look at this other individual again. From this angle, you can somewhat appreciate a bulbous appearance to the nose. Here is an aged photo of JFK Jr. Here's our TikTok video guy. As you see in the comparison, this individual's face is not likely to be nearly as animated as this individual's face.
Curl on his forehead.
Look at his facial
I
expressions.
even had that curl for decades.
Now let's see JFK Jr. speak.
Elderly, to those without hope, regardless of fashion or convention, is the greatest reward of public service.
Note the degree of facial expressiveness as he's communicating.
I'm not a political leader, but I can speak for those of my age.
Notice the pitch of the voice compared to TikTok video guy.
Strangest thing having your memories wiped out.
It was good.
Let us not forget this Wakefield interview. Touch your nose if JFK Jr. is alive. So RFK Jr. did so.
People always
Listen to his voice here.
Other than people asking me, were you on Jerry Seinfeld show? That's the second most frequently asked question. I'm being an editor of a political magazine. You're able to be in politics without really being in politics.
Right,
you know?
right.
So it's like being the vice president, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you see, he does have somewhat of an expressive face.
I have a great time doing that, and we all know that politics is a tough profession these days. But
Well, anyway. Take care, TikTok.
The voices do not seem to match much at all. Now let's watch Christopher Reeve speak on the Letterman show, March 1st, 1982.
And he did a thing, he said, what for Gerald Ford? For Gerald Ford, he just went, whoops. And I just think it shows that it doesn't matter who you are. Why does Time Magazine, for example, call everybody by capital letters? You know, actor so-and-so, faded film star so-and-so, 77, you know? A label and an age right away, so.
You deserve the whole truth. So here's the thing. Find out who I am.
They're not ganging up on me, is what I'm trying to say.
I'm stricken sitting here next to you by how...
Are you all right?
Yeah.
I can help.
By how young a person you are. Well, I guess you knew that, though, didn't you?
Have you always been this young, or is this something that happened recently?
But you are a very young man.
It's called a silly haircut, is really what it is.
You know, I get those occasionally.
That'll do it.
You go in looking like yourself, you come out like a duck.
Absolutely.
Not that you look like a duck, mind you, but there ought to be a law.
I've been called worse.
Federal legislation on haircuts. Well, we have to interrupt you for a second, but we'll be back to talk more about haircuts with Christopher.
For those of you who know, you're not saying anything? Well, those golden tickets you have are really lined with lead.
It's like, listen, if you really have a problem, I'm on the other end of the phone.
But in this film, you're more of an advocate, though.
No, he's still hanging back, and they have to call him out, and the kid, he's petitioned by a kid.
One thing I noticed is the zygomatic crease is not as prominent on this aged Christopher Reeve here. The voice is indeed deeper than JFK Jr.
Ted Kennedy. I owe a special debt to the man his nephews and nieces call Teddy. Not just because of what he means to me personally, but because of the causes he has carried on. He has shown that an unwavering...
You noticed a higher pitch of the voice. Also, that crease, also called the nasal labial fold, is not as prominent. These wrinkles tend to become more prominent with age.
Because until the whole truth comes out, it's all just lies on both sides.
I noticed the more, I'll describe it as sonorous quality to this guy's voice.
Regardless of fashion or convention, is the greatest reward of public service.
Here's Keanu Reeves in the year 1998 on the Oprah Winfrey Show. Here you can appreciate a not very bulbous nose, somewhat deadpan eyes. I'll come to the conclusion, which I must admit is not the conclusion I necessarily wanted to come to, but just based off of raw observation, especially paying attention to the difference between the voices of these three individuals, I'd have to conclude that neither Keanu Reeves nor JFK Jr. are this mysterious TikTok guy. So who has the golden ticket? I'm not sure. As far as saying Christopher Reeve's name, I think there has been a confusion as far as is the last name Reeve or Reeve. Well, not surprisingly enough, Christopher Reeve has been noted to be possibly a Mandela effect. Apparently, many remember Christopher Reeves, who now has the S dropped off the end of the name. Anyway, that's all for now. Peace.